We're back at Harmon Field getting ready for the start of the 8th grade game between Woodland and Grimsley. Woodland undefeated this year, 5-0. And this is going to be kind of the meat of their schedule here coming up, Blair. Really good teams from Grimsley and from Fulbright next week. And if they can get through these next couple of weeks undefeated, you got to like their chances to play in that conference championship game in November.
No question about it. And if this game's anything like the 7th grade game, this ought to be a pretty competitive little ball game.
Grimsley has got some big players on this 8th grade team. We're watching them during warm-ups, and they look like they ought to be on a high school team. It's an onside kick to start, and great hands that time by Woodland to get on it at the 49-yard line. It was Joe Thomas that got on top of it. And so the Colts have got great field position here as they start 1st and 10 from their own 49.
Pretty aggressive play to start the ball game for Grimsley.
Do not see Dawson Birmingham out here tonight. He was injured toward the end of last week's game against Washington. And so Xavier Burns will be the starting tailback for Woodland. Birmingham was having such a great game last week and then got injured toward the end of that one after Woodland had the game in hand. Here's Burns on 1st down, a couple of yards out to the 49 of Grimsley. On the tackle that time for the Grizzlies was Isaiah Stevenson. And we don't have weights and heights for these players, but Blair, I mean, they just passed the eye test.
Yes, they do.
I mean, this is the biggest defensive line I have seen this year from an opposing team. I guess from any team because they're bigger than Woodland's, yeah.
These guys take the cake.
I mean, that defensive tackle is a monster.
Yes.
Here's Burns on 2nd down, cuts up field, gets 3 to the 46, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. Burns will come out. Terry will come in for the Colts.
With a line like that, you want to go obviously move side to side instead of straight because they're not going to be as agile moving side to side as they are moving forward.
99, Keyston Walker is
big.
He's big. Yeah, I mean, he takes up 2. Look at this. I mean, it's a double team, and he gets through there. Here's Terry on 3rd down, cuts up field. Terry's got the 1st down. Shows that little burst that we've seen from him all year down to the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of 7. Mike stops while they move the chains. 7 minutes to play here in the opening quarter.
Great run, too. It looked like they had him a couple yards behind the 1st down marker, but that burst of speed, like you said, is just enough.
It's a combination of the burst and the way that he's able to cut up field. You just don't see it alone at this level. And Graves can't hold on. He might have had a little bit of room to run had he been able to.
These blockers were set up. And that happens.
Kilpatrick comes into the game for Woodland. Saw him have a nice 7th grade game just a little bit ago. He wears number 57, and he stands out on the field because he's wearing the white pants.
The white pants are a giveaway.
2 receivers to either side of Schaefer on 2nd down. He's going deep. He's got a man and just overthrew him. He just overthrew him inside the 10-yard line. That was Daxton Tesmer, the intended receiver. And now it's going to be 3rd and long for Woodland.
In a clean pocket that time, not much defensive pressure at all, so Schaefer could just stand back there and survey.
Weren't sure if we were going to be able to play this game in between the 7th and 8th grade games. They had to do an all-call for chain gang. So we got some guys over wearing their slacks and button-ups running the chains. Schaefer on 3rd down, throws, buys time, and then he overthrows Tesmer. And now it's going to be 4th down for the Colts.
And that's a tough throw for a quarterback rolling out to their left like that to try to plant and throw because your momentum taking the other way. We saw Grimsley aggressive on the opening kickoff. How aggressive does Woodland want to be here?
Of course, Schaefer can punt it too. But Blair, this looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down and 10.
It's not a punt formation.
Schaefer takes the snap, throws, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Slankard. They want a flag, and they're not going to get it.
The coaches are not pleased.
Reed Slankard was hip checked like he was going to the boards in a hockey game, and he couldn't get to the ball. No flag comes out, and so Woodland will turn it over on downs, and Grimsley will take over at its own 39-yard line.
Side judge comes over. They didn't like the call. He's going to hear it from the Colt fans. It's a judgment call.
So first down for Grimsley, and they're just as big on offense as they are on defense. And they'll give it first down. Nice run here across midfield. The 45 of Woodland down close to the Woodland 40-yard line. That was Aiden Myers on the carry. Pick up a 21 on the play. And look at how big that offensive line is. I mean, this is the biggest team that we've seen this year by far.
They look like a high school team.
They really do. First down for Grimsley. They move Myers in motion. Now they throw a little pass out in the flats. A couple of yards, maybe 3 out to the 37. Landon Schaefer is going to be flagged for a late hit out of bounds.
You got to be careful when you're near that. You got to be aware of where that sideline is when you're the defender.
Cy Bates was the receiver. He gets up kind of chirping. I got a feeling this is going to be maybe the most physical game that these Woodland players have played all year. So the late hit out of bounds and move the ball inside the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 23, and it'll be first down there for Grimsley with 6:08 to play in the first quarter. Mason Hawkins is the quarterback for the Grizzlies. Takes the snap on first down, looks left, now sets up a screen right side, and that was read really well. And taken down after a very short gain on the tackle that time was Daxton Tesmer. It was Myers on the reception.
77, the right guard, Malik Thomas. I mean, he is a monster.
Second down for Grimsley. Here's the give to Myers. Ducked under a man, and then he's taken down after a short gain at the 21-yard line. Boston Turner on the tackle that time for Woodland. Third down for Grimsley. The Grizzlies need to get to the 13-yard line. Third down and 8.
Colts doing a good job of clogging up the middle. Well, let's see what happens here as Grimsley looks like they're going to spread them out a little bit.
9 on the snap clock. Hawkins with 5 receivers. Now they'll bring a man in motion. Fakes to him, looking right side, being pressured from behind. Now throws toward the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown, Grimsley. Caden Stites with the touchdown catch from 21 yards out. And with 5:12 to play in the quarter, the Grizzlies strike first. This is the first time that Woodland's trailed in the first quarter.
Somebody might have missed an assignment there. It's that receiver. There was nobody near him.
I take that back. They trailed in the first quarter last week at Washington.
Well, that was a scrappy bunch.
Yes, it was. They'll go for 2 here. Hawkins lines up quickly. He's got Myers standing next to him. And now we've got a flag, a pre-snap penalty. And it's going to be an offside against Woodland. So that'll move Grimsley a yard closer to the goal line. Hawkins in the shotgun, goes play action. Now he's going to keep it himself. Now throws the last second. It's incomplete. It was a good job staying home by the Woodland defense. He was trying to flip it out to Cy Bates in the end zone. 2-point try no good, and with 5:12 to play in the first quarter, the score Grimsley 6, Woodland nothing. This is Woodland football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Kickoff upcoming for Grimsley, leading Woodland 6-0.
You've got to be aware of that onside kick again.
Yeah.
We tried it once.
Sure did.
Don't let your guard down. You see the guys up on the front line. They're ready for it this time.
Logan Duffy is a left-footed kicker. Getting ready to kick it away. Charlie Graves and Xavier Burns are standing back deep for Woodland, but not very deep. They're just standing on their own 20. Here's an onside kick again. And Terry gets on top of it at the 48-yard line. And I'm going to tell you, Grimsley is giving Woodland a short field, and I don't know that that's the smartest thing to do with this Woodland offense.
No, you wouldn't think so, but obviously they've seen something that, or that may be how they do it every time. You don't know.
Conceding a lot of yardage.
Yeah. They must have a lot of faith in their defense.
Terry is the tailback on first down from the Woodland 48-yard line. Schaefer, the quarterback. Good to see him playing tonight after he was injured last week. He takes it himself across midfield, lowers his helmet, and he's got a first down to the 41 of Grimsley. Landon Schaefer picked up 11 on the quarterback keeper. It was going to be run all the way.
Yep. Good call.
In addition to Birmingham tonight, Blair, I don't see Patterson. And so they're down about half of their tailbacks. And now we've got a flag, actually 3 flags come in. And it's a false start against Woodland.
Can't afford to be doing that.
First down, Schaefer throws left side. Charlie Graves has got some room across the 40 at the 35. Great move down to the 32-yard line. On 1st and 15, they get 14 on the quick pass out to Graves.
Nice blocking downfield. Some nice moves by Charlie.
Midway point of the first quarter. Woodland facing a 2nd down and 1 from the Grimsley 32-yard line. Schaefer being pressured. I don't know that he sees him, and he's going to be hit and taken down back across the 40. Charlie Miller with the hard hit that time for the Grizzlies. He came on the linebacker blitz, and Schaefer never saw him.
No, came from the blind side. Nobody picked him up. And clean shot.
Loss of 8, 3rd down and 9. Schaefer trying to set up a screen. This is Graves. And Graves is going to be, no, he's not down yet. He's pulling some defenders with him. Bates had him but couldn't take him down. Graves gets to the 33, and so now it's going to be decision time again for this Woodland staff. Do you go for it on 4th down and 2 at the Grimsley 33? And it looks like that's what they're going to do.
No hesitation.
Burns stands behind Schaefer. 3 receivers right side. They're on the left hash mark, and Grimsley jumps. That's an offside against Grimsley, and that's going to give Woodland the first down. Charlie Miller was the one who committed the penalty. He's the one who had the sack a moment ago. Got a little too antsy there. 5-yard penalty moves the ball to the 28. 2:52 to play first quarter. Woodland trailing 6-0, but getting deeper in Grimsley territory. Schaefer throws, pass caught, Graves, he's having a heck of a quarter, down to the 15-yard line. Another first down for Woodland on a 13-yard strike from Schaefer to Graves. And the Colts are in the red zone.
Nice pass by Schaefer, too. Looked like momentarily might have lost the handle on it and then fired it quickly down the field. He also had a running back to his left for a screen. They're finding some holes in this Grimsley defense.
Kilpatrick's in the game on the right side of the formation. On first down, Schaefer keeps it himself. Tries to break a tackle, but can't. Falls forward for the gain of 2 to the 13. Second down.
Michael Farr made the tackle.
Schaefer on second down and 8. Trying to set up a screen again. This is Graves. This time Grimsley reads it really well. Gain of only maybe a yard. And it'll bring up third down and long. On the tackle that time was Kenan Keaton. Also looked like Harris Benson was in on the tackle for Grimsley.
Sold out too. They blitzed everybody on that one.
Third down and 7.
Gain of a yard to the 12. Third down and 7. Woodland needs to get to the Grimsley 5-yard line. Schaefer goes play action on third down, rolling to his right, looking, and now throws toward the end zone. That pass is incomplete. Graves was the intended receiver, and it looked like a Woodland defender, or I'm sorry, a Grimsley defender might have caught it off the deflection. That was Quentin Thompson defending for the Grizzlies. And now it's fourth down. Woodland will go for it. It would be a 29-yard field goal attempt from this spot on the field. Alex Nava made a 25-yarder in pregame. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Schaefer throws, passes, intercepted. This is Thompson, and he's got some room across the 15, the 20. Thompson's at the 25, and he's going to be spun around and taken down at the 29-yard line after a return of 27 yards. It hit Graves in the hand, but he just couldn't pull it in, and Thompson took it away.
Yeah, Thompson was right there on the spot. Graves had to turn around and try to catch it real quick. Thompson read it the whole way and was able to get his paws in there and get it.
Based on the reaction from the coaching staff to Landon Schaefer, they didn't like where he put the ball. He stays in the game as a defensive back, but had a quick word with the coaches before the defense took the field. Minute 5 to play in the first quarter. Woodland trailing 6-0. Mason Hawkins on the field, gives it to Myers, and he's got some room. Across the 35, Myers is at the 40, he's at midfield at the 40 of Woodland, the 35, the 30, and finally taken out of bounds at the Woodland. They'll call him down at the 30-yard line. Terry was the one who took him down. Gain of 40 that time for Myers. Grimsley back to the line of scrimmage quickly. They'll give it to Myers again up the middle, and this time Woodland meets him in the middle and takes him down at the 30-yard line. Bass on the tackle that time for Woodland. 35 seconds to play in the quarter. See Charlie Garton coming in at safety for the Colts. Those two 7th graders on this team are starting to log a lot more playing time. 19 seconds to play. Hawkins on second down being pressured. Terry from behind. Now he just throws it. That's a fumble. Yep. Myers has got it and then falls forward to the 32-yard line. Myers does a good job of picking up the ball and realizing that it's a live ball. It'll be a loss of 2 back to the 32, and it'll be third down there when we start the second quarter. Action-packed first quarter here in Harmon Field. After 8 minutes of play, Grimsley leads Woodland 6-0. This is Woodland Football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Back at Harmon Field, third down upcoming for Grimsley. Third down and 11. The Grizzlies are at the Woodland 32-yard line. That's a bad snap. Hawkins is able to get it off to Myers, and Myers is at the 20. He's at the 15, the 10, and finally taken down at the 8-yard line. Graves held on until some teammates could get there. Gain of 24 on that run. First and goal for Grimsley. Hawkins will give it to Myers again, stutter steps, and then pushes forward to about the 5-yard line. Landon Schaefer is holding on for dear life. Did the ball come out?
They have.
I think the ball came out and Woodland's got it. Waiting for the call. Schaefer comes out of the pile with the football. It's Woodland's football. Schaefer held on for as long as he could and then just stripped it at the last second. I'm surprised that they didn't call his forward progress down. Big stop there for the Woodland defense. We talked in the 7th grade game about the touchdown saving tackle they had inside the red zone, and that could be a huge play in this game.
That's a big turnover there. Did not want to go down 2 scores.
First down for Woodland from its own 5-yard line. Schaefer in the shotgun, rolling to his left. And he throws at the last second. The pass was caught. That's first down yardage. It was Reed Slankard with the reception out to the 17-yard line, so that'll give Woodland some room to breathe a little bit, not on their goal line.
Good catch by Reed. Boy, he took a shot too. Great job of hanging on to the ball with a well-deserved rest.
Charlie Garton's out there on offense for the Colts, lined up in the slot to the right side. First down. Schaefer will go play action. He's got Garton wide open. Does he see him? Throws it at the last second. It's intercepted by Thompson at the 42. Across the 35, slips and falls down at the 30-yard line. Blair, he had Charlie Garton wide open, and by the time he saw him, Thompson had recovered. That's Thompson's 2nd interception tonight, and Grimsley gets the ball right back in great field position.
And by the time he saw him, he put it up, and it was kind of a little bit of a floater, too. Oh, a tough one for Woodland there. And the defense has got to rise up again. Quickly back out on the field.
6:41 to play before halftime. The Grizzlies are leading 6-0. And now Woodland's going to take a timeout. We'll take one, too. This is Woodland Football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. First down for Grimsley here, 6:41 to play before halftime. The Grizzlies at the Woodland 30-yard line. Mason Hawkins being pressured from behind, now throws. The pass is caught across the 25 and pushing his way down to the 24-yard line. That was Charlie Miller on the reception.
Charlie Graves and Tyree Terry on the tackle.
Graves on the tackle that time for Woodland. The Colts have committed 2 turnovers tonight. Landon Schaefer intercepted twice by Quentin Thompson, including once in the red zone. Hawkins going to go deep toward the end zone, and that pass is overthrown out of bounds. He was looking for Caden Stites. Stites was the receiver who had the touchdown catch earlier in the game.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
And even if that had been catchable, it looked like he might have been gone out of bounds on his own, so he would have been an eligible receiver.
3rd down and 4 here for Grimsley from the 24-yard line. The Grizzlies need to get to the Woodland 20. Miller is the tailback. And we've got a hit after the whistle. Landon Schaefer came in and put Charlie Miller on his back. There was a whistle before the snap.
But no flags.
There are no flags on the field.
No. The side judge down here dropped one.
Okay, it's a false start against Grimsley. They just motioned it.
He picked it up off the quid. That's a big 5-yard penalty too.
3rd down and 9 now for Grimsley. From the 29-yard line. They give a hard count. Woodland shows its hand, and now they look toward the sideline. Ty Story gives them a new call. Hawkins looking right side on 3rd down, and that pass is caught with one hand by Cy Bates inside the 10 to the 6-yard line.
Wow.
He threw it into triple coverage, and Cy Bates put one hand up and brought it down.
Man, that is a Sports Center type play.
Wow.
I mean, the defense looked really good on that one. He just made a play.
You can't make up for size, Blair, and they've got plenty of it. Here's Myers, falls forward near the goal line. They'll trip him up at the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from there. Woodland's defense looks a little tired here. On the goal line, they give it to Myers again, and he walks in. Touchdown for Grimsley. And the Grizzlies have gone up by 2 scores. I can say without a doubt that's the first time that Woodland has been down by 2 scores this year. Yeah. Grimsley will line up to go for 2.
Be big to stop him here.
Hawkins takes the snap, goes play action, looks left side. The pass is incomplete. He was looking for Kenan Keaton. And so with 5:25 to play before halftime, the new score, Grimsley 12, Woodland nothing. This is Woodland football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage.
Well, the last 2 kickoffs, Matt, have been right at the front line of Woodland. Different kicker this time, so.
This is Harris Benson. This is going to be a squib kick that's going to be fielded by Burns at the 27-yard line. Burns gets back out across the 35, and he'll be taken down there by Myers. For Woodland will start with 5:20 to play before halftime.
Burns a little dejected on his turn there, but just couldn't quite get to the edge. Woodland not used to being in this position. Boy, big play with huge right here. Get a little momentum back.
3 receivers to the left side of Schaefer. On first down, he's looking right side. Throwing deep, he's got a man at the 40. He's at the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Woodland. Mathis Brady from 65 yards away. And the Colts have cut this lead in half with 4:40 to play before halftime.
How about that?
Brady got pushed out of bounds. He had to go out of bounds and come back in, but because he got pushed, there was no penalty. You said it, Blair. They needed a big play to give him a little bit of a shot in the arm, and they get it.
Yeah, that was nice. Good throw by Schaefer. He was going to get nailed, too, but stayed upright. Made the pass, even though he knew the defender was coming. That's always easier said than done. Important extra point here. The officials have got to get in position. They thought they were going for 2.
Alex Nava kicks it, and it is good. And so with 4 minutes to play before halftime, our new score, Grimsley 12, Woodland 7. This is Woodland Football, presented by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Back at Harmon Field, 4 minutes to play before halftime. Woodland with a 65-yard touchdown pass from Landon Schaefer to Mathis Brady has cut into this Grimsley lead. It's now 12-7.
Things a little more upbeat on the Woodland side.
Well, and for as dominant as Grimsley has played in this first half, to only be down by 5, you got to feel really good about that if you're Woodland. This is going to be fielded by Myers across the 40. Look at this. Myers runs over the kicker and gets out to the 42-yard line. Alex Nava took a hard hit there at the end. Good to see him, yeah, good to see him get up and be able to run off the field. But once again, Blair, Grimsley with great field position. They've had it all night.
At least he saved a touchdown.
Come up big here.
They only had to go 30 yards on their last drive because of an interception on the Woodland side of the field. Mason Hawkins gives it up the middle across the 40, breaks some tackles across the 35, and just pushing that pile forward down to the 33-yard line. That was Charlie Miller on the carry for Grimsley. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Got a big push there by the offensive line. And they're just going straight ahead, using that size to their advantage.
Hawkins pitches it forward across the 30, the 25, the 20, stumbles but gets down to the 10 and taken out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Another 1st and goal upcoming here for Grimsley. That was Harris Vinson on the reception. Reed Slinkard with the tackle that time for Woodland, but 1st and goal again.
Oh, missed tackle about the 25.
This time, Woodland takes him down in the backfield.
Flag in the backfield as well.
That was Thomas on the tackle that time. And it's an illegal shift against the Grizzlies. Well, it was a loss of about 3 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 11.
Well, Well, we've lost our chain games. Okay, that's why. Second and goal.
.248 to play before halftime. Grimsley trying to add to a 12-7 lead. 3 receivers right side for Hawkins. Goes play action, looking left, and that pass is caught. Touchdown, Grimsley. Once again, just a jump ball. They've got size on the outside, and they've got a lot of size over the Woodland back line. That was Kenan Keaton with the touchdown catch over the top of Mathis Brady.
Yep, just threw it up there and let his guy go get it, knowing he had the size advantage. Boy, that's mighty tough to defend.
I mean, as you look at him over here, Blair, that's a probably 4 to 6 inch difference.
Oh, yeah,
and you're seeing it across the field. They'll line up to go for 2. Hawkins gives it to his back, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down for a loss, and Woodland's defense holds once again. Grimsley's been unsuccessful in all 3 of its 2-point tries. With 2:35 to play before halftime, the new score, Grimsley 18, Woodland 7. This is Woodland Football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Two and a half minutes, well, 2:35 to play before halftime. Grimsley leading Woodland 18-7. Grizzlies getting ready to kick it off again. Vinson with a sky kick this time, and that ball's a live ball. Charlie Graves has got it, but he's not going to get much of a return. Back out to the 34-yard line. And that's where Woodland will start from 2:25 to play before halftime.
Well, you want the offense to score, but you'd also kind of like them to eat a little clock here so the defense can get a little bit of a rest. They've been out on the field most of this quarter with not much break in between. Last possession was 1-play touchdown.
Schaefer on first down. He will keep it himself, runs up the middle. Not going to get much, but he'll get a few yards. In fact, he ends up getting about, he's still going. Oh my gosh, a first down for Landon Schaefer. Talk about a hard run.
How'd he come out of that pile? He got a first down, man.
10 yards out to the 44-yard line. That is what you call desire.
Yes, you can't coach that. Wow, that's phenomenal.
First down, Schaefer looking over the middle. The pass is incomplete. He was looking for Garten. Underthrew him just a little bit, and Garten couldn't hang on. Clock stops with 1:32 to play before halftime.
They found some holes in that defense. Just got to execute.
Second down and 10 from the Woodland 44. Schaefer looking right side. This pass is caught by Brady across midfield to the 49. He's 3 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Clock running, 1:22 to play before halftime.
Third down and 3.
Still plenty of time, as we've seen with this Woodland offense. They can strike so quickly.
Brady had the big touchdown catch on their last drive. This time, Schaefer keeps it himself and runs over another defender. Did the ball come out? I think the ball came out, though they're going to say he was down. And Schaefer's got the first down to the 40-yard line after a gain of 9. Clock is stopped while they move the chains. 59 seconds to play before halftime. Woodland still has timeouts.
I guess Cy Bates thought he had ripped it out, but
Schaefer's showing a really aggressive running style here on this drive. Looking right side, pass is caught by Tessmer, and that'll give about half the yardage toward a first down. Taken down at the 35, and Woodland will take a timeout with 39 seconds to play before the intermission.
Dana Bory and Eagle Bank Mortgage, proud supporters of this season of Woodland Colts football. Be sure to call Dana Bory for all your mortgage needs. NMLS 419-384, equal housing lender, and Freedom 51, transforming the financial destinies of families with financial life coaching. Chris and Tim encourage you to visit their website, freedom51.com. They're also on Facebook, Freedom51 is the name of their Facebook page.
Woodland trailing 18-7. Blair, they get the ball first in the second half. Now that I said that, I don't think they do. They kick it off to start the second half.
The main thing, get it in the end zone before halftime if you can.
Two receivers to either side of Schaefer on second down and 5. He's looking left, trying to set up a screen for Graves, and Grimsley sniffed that one out. Only a couple of yards out to the 33. That was Kenneth Keaton on the tackle for Grimsley. Clock still running, 25 seconds.
Gotta hurry.
They gotta hurry, 22 seconds. Third down. They gotta do something with this play, just 14 on the clock now. Schaefer finally takes the snap. Looking right side, throwing deep, looking for Tessmer, and it's incomplete. He overthrew Tessmer.
Good coverage on Brady, but they had the one-on-one coverage.
You know what that? Well, I was going to say that what that play showed, Blair, is that he can get it to the end zone from this point on the field, and may just call a Hail Mary here on the fourth down.
That's what you're going to have to do, unless you run a real quick hitter and just get the first down and get out of bounds.
Just 7 seconds left on the clock. This is a 4th down and 3 for Woodland. From the 33-yard line, and they are going to throw it short. The pass is caught across the 25, at the 20, the 15, the 10, but they're going to run out of time. The clock hits 0. Tidwell was the receiver, and he ends up getting 23 yards, but the clock runs out. And Woodland runs out of time in the first half, and they're going to go to the locker room trailing for the first time this year, down 18-7 to the Grimsley Grizzlies.
Well, that's a tough one too. You see an opening, and you've got one guy to beat. You kind of beat him, but then one of the other guys caught up to you. You got to make a split decision. He almost broke it, but he just 2 more seconds on the clock. You got another play, but that's the way it goes.
And now, for your halftime enjoyment, the Woodland Colts 8th grade cheer
Woodland
squad.
coaches having some words with the officials as they go off the field.
I think they were thinking there was still at least 1 second left, but the officials said no, and so we were at halftime.
Woodland trails Grimsley 18-7. This is Woodland football presented by Freedom 51 and Eagle Bank Mortgage.
Please, your music is on. 8th grade cheer squad. And now the 8th grade dance team. Ladies, your music is on. The Woodland 8th grade dance team. Great job, ladies.
Getting ready for the start of the second half at Harmon Field. Woodland trailing Grimsley 18-7. The Colts will kick off to start the second half. And Blair, it feels like this is going to be a big drive in this game, whether or not Woodland can hang with them.
Yeah, they really need to stop right now. 2-possession ball game. You feel like Woodland's had the plays they've wanted. It's just been a matter of execution. The execution's just been a smidge off.
And then Grimsley's made the 50-50 plays.
Yeah, they have.
Think about that one-handed catch by Cy Bates on a third down.
Yeah, third and 9. I mean, yeah. Just, and as a result, they end up, punching in on that possession. Yeah, it's a game of inches. Literally. Got a big kickoff here and hit them deep.
You got the Woodland number 82 now. Eric Benson deep.
Alex Nava picking the ball off for Woodland here. It's a high kick. It'll be fielded by Myers across the 30. Myers at the 40. He can run. He's at midfield, the 40. Myers is at the 30, the 25, and it'll be taken down from behind. Xavier Burns with the touchdown saving tackle. But Grimsley once again with great field position to start a drive at the 19 of Woodland.
And he almost busted the last one, ran over Naha.
51-yard return that time by Myers.
Man. We've got another player hobbling off.
That's the kicker. It's Nava.
Seems like everything's kind of stacked up against the Colts tonight.
On first down, Hawkins going toward the end zone. That pass is intercepted by Woodland. Intercepted by Xavier Burns. Burns made the touchdown saving tackle a moment ago, and this time he intercepts Grimsley in the red zone. Woodland will take over at the 1-yard line.
Kind of an unfortunate break that they didn't rule that his forward progress took him into the end zone for a touchback. Now they're going to huddle up. I think they're going to talk about that. No?
They're going to mark him at the one. They're inside the 1-yard line, about almost at the 3/4 yard line.
And he didn't go down the ground that I saw.
First down for the Colts. Terry comes in as the tailback. They need to go 99 yards here. Schaefer, that's a bad snap, and he's going to be taken down for a. Does Grimsley have it? That's a touchdown, Grimsley. It was recovered by the Grizzlies. Schaefer couldn't get back on top of it. If he could have, it would have just been a safety. He wasn't ready for the snap, Blair, and it went between his legs.
Horrible break.
I did not see who recovered the ball for the touchdown for Grimsley.
Ideally, on a thing like that, if you can get to it, you just knock it out of the back of the end zone, give up the 2 points, and move on. Man.
2-point try here for the Grizzlies. 7:13 to play third quarter. They've gone ahead 24-7, trying to make it more. Hawkins gives it to Myers. Myers is hitting the backfield and going to be taken down. Like Julian Stafford and Boston Turner got to him. And so another 2-point try is no good for Grimsley. But with 7:13 to play in the third quarter, the new score, Grimsley 24, Woodland 7. This is Woodland Football, presented by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Back at Harmon Field, 7:13 to play third quarter. Woodland trails Grimsley 24-7. The Woodland coaches have been engaged in very candid dialogue with the officials during the timeout.
I'd love to know what they were discussing. Even hard to tell, even with the gestures of the referee, what he was trying to sell. That's the explanation.
Harris Vincent on to kick it off for Grimsley. It's a line drive kick, going to be taken at the 36, and then Woodland just falls down. And they'll start from their own 37-yard line. That was Tessmer on the return.
Smart play, just grab it and fall down. Don't do anything fancy. Now we need a big play. Not out of it by any stretch. Still a lot of football left in this one.
Favorable spot after that return, Blair. The 39 is where Woodland will start, first down.
Yeah, very generous.
Schaefer in the shotgun. And he will keep it himself, runs up the middle for about 5 to the 44. Bring up second down and 5. Blair, I don't know on that read zone option if Schaefer's given it up one time tonight.
No, he's kept it in the gut of the running back and then pulls it out at the last minute.
6:27 to play third quarter. Schaefer on second down, goes play action, looking over the middle. He's got a man. This is Brady across the 40, the 35, and down near the 30 of Grimsley. So Mathis Brady had the big touchdown reception earlier. This time he goes 26 for the first down. And that puts him near 100 yards tonight receiving.
They make it look easy. Throw and catch.
Had a 65-yard touchdown reception in the first half. That was Woodland's only score. From the 30, Schaefer gives it this time to Terry. Terry cuts up field. Excuse me, that's Burns. Gain of 4 to the 26. Burns and Terry have a very similar running style.
Do, and it's been effective.
Of course, Woodland without two of its tailbacks in that rotation tonight. They played a factor. Schaefer on play action. He's got Brady again across the 10. Mathis Brady down to the 2-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards.
How about that?
25-yard catch to the 1-yard line is where they'll mark him.
Well, he's just carving up on that route, right up the gut.
Catches tonight of 65, 26, and 25 yards for Brady. First and goal from the 1-yard line. Schaefer in the shotgun formation keeps it himself, and he stretches toward the goal line, but he's not going to get it. Taken down at the 1. Second and goal. 5:05 to play third quarter. Woodland trying to cut into a 24-7 deficit.
It's just been a simple slant up the middle. And it's been open all night long.
Woodland taking a lot of time. They're going to need as much as they can. You got to feel to pull off this comeback if they're going to have a chance to do it. Schaefer keeps it himself again. This time he's in. Touchdown Woodland. Landon Schaefer goes over from a yard out with 4:37 to play in the third quarter. And that'll bring Woodland within 24-13. They're going to stay on the field and go for 2. Nava made the extra point in the first half, but then he limped off the field after that last kickoff. And he's standing by himself back here, kind of limping around on the sideline. 2-point try. Schaefer with Burns standing next to him. 3 receivers to the left side. He'll go play action, keep it himself, runs up the middle. And Schaefer goes in for the 2-point try. And so with 4:37 to play in the third quarter, the new score, Grimsley 24, Woodland 15. This is Woodland Football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. .437 to play, third quarter. Woodland trailing Grimsley 24-15. The Colts are just hanging around enough to stay in this game, but they got to get a stop on defense.
Yeah, they got to have a stop.
They've had stops. They've made a couple of turnovers, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on them. And the last time, it almost felt like the turnover worked against them.
Oh, yeah, considering where the ball was placed.
Yeah.
And I'm still wondering why that wasn't a touchback. I'm guessing they said his forward progress was stopped at the 1, but how is your forward progress stopped when you're going toward the end zone?
Caden Kilpatrick is on to kick this one off for Woodland as Alex Nava stands on the sideline. This is not an onside kick, but it's a live ball that Kenan Keaton falls on inside the 40-yard line, and Grimsley will start from the 38.
And they can't return it, which is nice. Because they burned us a couple times with that.
Strange.
First down for the Grizzlies. 4:19 to play, third quarter. Mason Hawkins is the quarterback. Now they'll bring a man in motion. They will give it to Myers, and he's going to be met in the hole and taken down, maybe even for a loss of a yard. That looked like Turner on the tackle.
He was there as soon as the running back got the handoff.
Austin Turner's made a couple of nice plays tonight from his position on the end of the defensive line.
His speed against that big size up front.
No gain, second down and 10, and now we've got movement on the line, and that's going to be a false start against Grimsley. It was the left guard flinched. Well, now they're going to talk about this. So Blair, the side judge, threw a flag indicating it was going to be a false start, and it is going to be a false start. And I think the umpire might have seen Woodland move as a result of it, and so there was some discussion, I think, as to which team moved first, but I thought that was clearly a false start.
Yeah. Well, give the officials credit. They got together and made sure they had the call right, but yeah.
So it'll be second down and 15. Hawkins being pressured from behind. He rolls right, and now he throws. The pass is almost intercepted. Xavier Burns got his hands on it, and had he caught it, it might have been a pick six. As it is, it's an incomplete pass, and it's third down and 15.
Boy, they had the pressure coming too.
That's the first time they've really made Hawkins uncomfortable.
Yes, and he was mighty uncomfortable.
Julian Stafford comes off on this third down play. He's been really good in the middle for Woodland. Hawkins being pressured again, throws over the middle. This pass is caught. First down, maybe more, across the 40, the 35, and down to the 34 of Woodland. That's Harris Vincent on the reception. Another big play in the passing game.
Yeah, and a big play on another big one on third down too. Boy, they had him crashing from both ends. Just couldn't quite get to the quarterback in time.
That was a 33-yard catch for Vincent. Grimsley's been really good on third down tonight. Move a man out in motion. That's Vinson. Hawkins takes the snap, throws right. Pass is caught. Breaks a tackle across the 30. Going to get down near first down marker. In fact, he might have it.
Oh,
Flag comes out at the end.
Good grief, one of the Grimsley coaches is right there where the ball is.
Jacob Edgman was the receiver. He's going to be a yard short of the first down at the 25-yard line, but we got to see what this flag is about. You got to wonder at that point, Blair, if it might be a face mask penalty with as many Woodland defenders that were around one Grimsley player.
The reaction from the Grimsley side, it looked like it was probably against Woodland. Boy, you can't let a coach come out on the field like that, though.
And it is a face mask. Have you ever seen a more demonstrative face mask called than what our referee just gave us there?
Boy.
Well, that'll tack on about 13 yards to the end of that run, and it'll be a first down inside the red zone at the 12-yard line.
They really need a stop or turnover here.
Hawkins gives it to Myers, running right side across the 10. Myers falls down inside the 5, and he's going to be about a half yard shy of a first down. Myers has really run well tonight for Grimsley. Aiden Myers wears number 25. Second down and 1 here. Hawkins takes the snap quickly. He keeps it himself, running left side. Hawkins trying to get away from the defense. Gets a great block. He's got the first down, but he's going to be short of the touchdown.
Good coverage that time. But it's going to set up first and goal from the 2-yard line. Did a good job of stretching it out.
The first and goal for Grimsley.
It's one of the few times Grimsley's really had to struggle to run the ball.
Minute 39 to play third quarter. Grimsley trying to add to this 24-15 lead. They give it to Myers up the middle. He's not going to get there. Terry was the first one to get there and throw him backward. Joe Thomas also on the tackle that time for Woodland. No gain to the 2, second down. We've seen Woodland bow up here in this red zone a couple of times, a couple of interceptions, or I should say one interception by Xavier Burns, and also saw Landon Schaefer on a play in the first half strip the ball away at the 5-yard line. Minute to play third quarter. Hawkins brings a man in motion. A lot of misdirection with this offense. Myers running toward the goal line, and he did not get in. He's going to be taken down at the half-yard line. Player, his right shoulder got over the goal line. His left shoulder had the football, and it didn't get there.
Yep. Woodland sold out. They had everybody inside the tackles that time. They sold out for the run. So it's going to be an interesting play call here.
Once again, Julian Stafford has to come out on the third down play for Woodland.
Third down and goal.
He's the heart of the defense right there in the middle. Third and goal from the 1. Hawkins gives it to Myers again, and he's not there again. No, he did not get there. He's down at the half-yard line once again. That Woodland defense is really playing well here in the red zone.
How about that?
Tidwell on the tackle for Woodland that time. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1, and it'll have to come on the first play of the fourth quarter. 3 quarters in the books here at Harmon Field. Woodland trying to hang on with all of its might, trailing Grimsley 24-15. This is Woodland football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. A 4th and goal from the half-yard line upcoming for Grimsley. They have run it up the middle 3 times after having a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line, and the Woodland defense has held each time so far.
The officials having 3 of them having a discussion at the far 20. The Grimsley coaches came out with their players and were talking with them, and then the officials huddled up, and now they're going over and having a discussion with Grimsley. I wonder what they were asking.
Julian Stafford was being looked at by the trainer on the sideline. He's going to be able to get back in the huddle, but he's not going to come back into the game. Well, maybe he is.
Dalton Pearson is the head coach for Grimsley, is discussing something with the referee at the 35. You see on the screen the officials, everybody moving off to the right.
Yeah, they are going to get Stafford in the game. He's going to.
Is that the discussion?
Well, no. I'm watching the Woodland side
yeah,
here.
This is something else. And this discussion's gone on for a while.
Well, if you have all the films, at least
Something to
you
watch
have
for
all
Woodland
the-
there as they were able to get Stafford back into the game. He's been so good in the middle of that defensive line for them this year.
I almost wondering if somebody is going to be an eligible receiver on this play for Grimsley.
4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Kind of feel like it's can come down to this if it's Woodland.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the one side judge and the referee to hand it down, and now the referee's going to talk with one of the other officials. The far side judge has totally been left in the dark on this.
And now they're running off the field.
What on earth? I can't imagine what this would be.
Referee coming over to have a conversation with Bobby Crockett, the Woodland coach now. I don't.
This is turning into like a timeout for Grimsley.
The Woodland players are coming off the field now as I just don't understand what's going on here. It should be 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
It's pretty cut and dry. I don't know what the discussion will be about. I just can't imagine what is being discussed. But this has turned into an additional timeout, really, for Grimsley.
Casey Dick is on the field now and
Oh, wow.
has some sort of device in his hand. I don't know what's going on there. The Woodland defensive players have come back out onto the field, and the Grimsley offensive players have retreated back to their sideline.
Well, it didn't appear to be a clock issue there.
Now there's a flag.
Oh, my goodness. They just threw a flag on Coach Crockett. Oh, a sideline.
Sideline warning against Woodland.
Oh, good grief.
I just can't imagine what they're discussing here.
Okay. Well, the Woodland coaches are irate. Boy, yeah, we're going to have to find out what's going on this. This is crazy.
And after all that, we're still going to have a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. I just can't understand what all of this is about.
All right, Cowboy fans, it's 4th down.
It's the play of the game so far.
Hawkins in a very tight set here in the shotgun formation for Grimsley. He'll give it to Myers, and Myers goes in. Touchdown Grimsley. After all of that, Myers gets a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Grizzlies have gone ahead 30-15 on the first play of the fourth quarter.
2-point conversion is huge. And it's still a 2-possession game at this point.
Here comes the 2-point try for Grimsley.
Well, there was all sorts of movement, yeah.
And a pre-snap penalty here before this one.
He never dropped a flag, though. Did he? Oh, the side judge did, okay.
So that'll move it. Yeah, they didn't run the clock at the first play of the quarter. Clock mistake. So this 2-point conversion will come from the 7-yard line. Woodland brings a blitz. That pass is incomplete. Great play by Charlie Graves to knock it up. Break it up. And so there's still 8 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, and the score is Grimsley 30, Woodland 15. This is Woodland Football, sponsored by Freedom 5-1 and Eagle Bank Mortgage. Woodland getting ready to return this kickoff, trailing 30-15. It's crazy as it is, Blair. They're still not out of this game. It's just a 2-score game. Yeah. It's a high kick, and that's going to go out of bounds, and flag will come out. So Woodland will get great field position here. With 7:57 to play in the fourth quarter, the parents, you can probably hear it on the auxiliary mic that the parents are just really unhappy with this officiating crew tonight.
The clock never ran until the kickoff. And somehow 3 seconds ran off then. Oh, this is, we still don't know what the discussion was all about. We've got pretty good field position. Need to take advantage of it.
So Woodland will start at the 45. Schaefer, the quarterback. It's a run all the way, goes left side, gets a block from Garton, gets across midfield. He's got first down yardage, and he's going to be spun around at the 43 of Grimsley. Keaton on the tackle that time for Grimsley after a 12-yard pickup. Clock stops, 7:50 to play in the fourth quarter.
Schaefer's running harder than normal tonight. And he does not like to lose. That is obvious. He plays to win.
This is a completely different feeling than Woodland's been in any game this year. They've usually been ahead and kind of on cruise control at this point in the game. Schaefer on first down from the 43, goes play action, looks over the middle. He's got Brady, and Brady couldn't bring it in. Brady had it at the 30. Just couldn't hang on. That's the play they've been burning Grimsley with all night. And it'll be a second down.
I think it was just a little bit behind him. He was still running backward trying to catch and stay forward. But that route's there, and it's been there all night, like you mentioned.
7:13 to play. Second down. And now a flag comes out. Both teams pointing at each other. going to be a penalty against Woodland. The Woodland players are really upset about something.
Yeah, it's not often you see the.
It almost looked to me, Blair, like the offensive linemen were saying the Grimsley players were
In the neutral zone.
well, no, it almost looked like they were saying that they were simulating a snap cadence.
Oh,
2nd down and 15.
yeah, that's a big no.
Schaefer being pressured now rolls to his right, and he'll just keep it and falls forward. Gets some of the penalty yardage back. If might have gotten all the penalty yardage back, in fact, to the 43. It'll be 3rd down there. Clock still running, 6:54 to play, 4th quarter. Woodland needs a score here, down 30 to 15.
You gotta think you're in four down territory now at this point in the game.
Oh, for sure.
You don't have to get it all back on this play.
From the right hash mark, Schaefer goes play action, rolling to his left, looking down the field. He's got Brady, and it goes off of his fingertips. And Blair, I'm not even sure Brady was the most open of his receivers. It looked like Garton and Graves were both wide open further down the field.
Yeah.
It'll be 4th down. Brady's been so good for him tonight all night. He's had a couple go off his hands here. Now it's 4th down and 10. Woodland needs to get to the 33. Schaefer with 2 receivers left side. Play action. He rolls left. Looking, he's got to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked. Couldn't get rid of it in time. Sacked back at the 49-yard line by Malik Thomas.
There's 2 receivers who were running a crossing pattern, ran into each other at the 30, so even if he'd thrown it, there wasn't anybody on their feet to catch it.
Grimsley will take over 1st down at its own 48-yard line with 5:59 to play in the 4th quarter.
Now you got to force a turnover.
The clock is not an ally right now for Woodland.
No. I would imagine Grimsley's just going to run it. And that false start proved to be a huge penalty.
First down, Hawkins. He'll give it to Bates running left side across midfield. Bates at the 45, at the 40, still running hard and finally going to be blown down at the 38-yard line of Woodland.
But inbounds,
Gain of 14.
that clock around, no chance to get him out of bounds and take him away.
Clock will hit 5 minutes to play, 4th quarter. Woodland trailing 30 to 15. Big 7th grade win tonight. Charlie Garton ran for a 57-yard touchdown with 51 seconds left to give the 7th graders a 22-14 win over Grimsley. Here we see Myers stutter steps, gets across the 35. A flag comes out. The ball's on the ground, but they're going to say he was down. They call him down at the 32-yard line. There is a flag.
Flags on the play.
Good news, it stops the clock. Have you even seen a preliminary signal?
It's against Grimsley. It's a hold.
Holding against Grimsley.
And so that'll push the Grizzlies back behind the 45-yard line. And they'll mark it at the 49. The hold must have been behind the play for them to mark it off that far.
I'll take it.
So it'll be 1st down and 21 from the Woodland 49. 4:22 to play. Hawkins being pressured, throws over the middle. This pass is caught at the 30, the 20, and Harris Vincent's down at the 18-yard line. We've seen so many times tonight, Blair, those Grimsley receivers have just gone up and made a play on a 50-50 ball, and it seems like they've won just about every one of them.
They have. They have. Boy, for a moment I thought we had a pick six, but a pick, not a pick six, but man.
Clock's still running. 4 minutes to play, fourth quarter.
What an advantage. You can just throw it up high knowing your guy is going to be the only one that's able to get it.
Grimsley, they feed into Bentonville West exclusively. All the other junior highs are kind of split between West and Bentonville High School. Here on first down. Good play back behind the line of scrimmage that time by Landon Schaefer to take Miller down for no gain. But they all feed into West from Grimsley, and you got to feel like West coach Brian Pratt got to be rubbing his hands together, ready to get those 8th graders on his team here in a couple of years.
Got some linemen coming up.
Yeah, he does. He's got some big players.
Yeah.
And if you're going to compete in the 7A, what we've seen from teams like Bryant and North Little Rock and Conway and Bentonville High School, you got to have some size.
Yes.
And they got to come in there. This is a pitch. Vinson's got it at the 15, the 10, the 5. He's in for a touchdown. There is a flag on the play. The flag was thrown back at the 22-yard line. I think this is going to come back, Blair.
Flag on the play.
That's definitely a spot where you see holding called. False start.
I think it's a.
False start against Grimsley.
Well, I don't understand how the play was allowed to go if it was a false start.
You're supposed to kill him.
I guess it could be an illegal formation. Speaking of size, in the 7A, Northside, they had plenty of that last Friday night.
Yeah. Good day ever.
It's been a good week for Grizzlies here at Harmon Field.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Back here tomorrow night, the Purple Dogs will be in action against the Southside Mavericks.
Be Grizzly free at least.
No bear zone here tomorrow night. Second down for Grimsley. Hawkins throws, and that pass is knocked down by Schaefer. It's an incomplete pass. Landon Schaefer looks like he's playing mad in the second half. I mean, he's made some plays defensively that have just been pure aggression. And, of course, he's run so hard on those quarterback keepers. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. 2:57 to play, and it's going to be third down for Grimsley.
I had looked down, looked up, and saw the ball going backwards. And like, yeah.
Grimsley needs to get inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Hawkins throwing. He's got a man, and he overthrew him. Incomplete pass, and that'll stop the clock, too, with 2:51 to play. And now it's fourth down. And it's decision time for the Grizzlies. You got to feel like they're going to go for it, but what do you do on 4th and 14?
I'm a little surprised they're passing right now because
It's fourth down and 15.
chance you could turn it over, but I'm glad they are, but I'm more surprised.
Not just that, but it's stopping the clock on these incompletions. Hawkins on fourth down, looking toward the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. He overthrew Bates. And Blair, those last 3 plays only took 14 seconds.
Yeah.
And Woodland will take over with 2:45 to play.
Well, we know Woodland can score quickly. It's been a matter of execution tonight for the Colts.
I've been surprised, Blair, that they haven't gone back to that play with Charlie Garden. They had a play in the first half where he was running free down the middle of the field, and Landon Schaefer just didn't see him until too late, underthrew him, and it was intercepted. One of 2 interceptions in the first half by Quentin Thompson, the defensive back for Grimsley.
You may see it now. Pull the stop sign.
Garden is on the field. He's at the far left of the formation. First down from the 22, Schaefer. Looking left, that's Garden, and Charlie can't pull it in.
Underthrown.
Schaefer's pass intended for Charlie Garden.
Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, 2:41 to play.
Defending on the play. Pass was incomplete.
I'm a little surprised Grimsley is still pretty much in single coverage. Not a lot of help. it's kind of no secret Woodland's going to have to throw the ball here, but hey, if that works out for the Colts, all for the better.
And a shotgun Schaefer on second down, rolling to his left, and now he's just going to tuck it and run across the 25, the 30, and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A flag comes down on the very far side of the field, Blair, and I don't know how those players even got over there.
Yeah, well away from the play. I think it's on Grimsley.
It's Keyston Walker, the big defensive tackle, nose guard. He got into it over on the far sideline with Rylan Lunningham.
Well, that's a personal foul. That's huge.
I mean, Blair, that was back on the other side of the numbers on the Grimsley sideline. That's
as far away from the play as you can get.
That's 50 yards from the play. Focused on the, it is going to be against Grimsley. We haven't gotten the call yet, but it's a personal foul.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Grimsley.
So it's against Keyston Walker, the big nose guard. I was shocked though because we saw the run go over here toward the Woodland sideline. You see the flag come out, and there's two players almost over there in Elkins.
Yeah.
So that'll move Woodland to the 49, their own 49. 2:34 to play. First down for the Colts. Schaefer throwing left side, and Burns can't pull it in. That'll stomp the clock with 2:26.
Dager's pass intended for Dager Burns.
That kind of sums up the night for Woodland.
Aiden Myers spinning on play. Pass was incomplete. Bring up second down 10.
The execution just hadn't been as crisp as it has been all season.
That defensive touchdown for Grimsley on the second play of the third quarter.
It's huge.
Yeah, very, very big right now. 2-score game, in part because of that. Schaefer looking to his left. It's Graves. He's got a first down across the 40. And they'll mark him down at the 39 of Grimsley after a gain of 12. Clock stops while they move the chains. 2:20 to play. You feel like if Woodland can score maybe within the next minute or so, maybe you get an onside kick chance. Schaefer from the 39 just tucks it and runs. He does get out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Gain of 2, second down and 8. Stop clock. Clock stops at 2:08.
And 2 on the play.
It doesn't really seem like defensively Grimsley's really doing anything different, even though it's late in the game.
Schaefer on second down. Does he see him coming? He just has to throw it up. Looking for Graves. He's got him at the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Woodland.
No flags.
That was a prayer. Charlie Graves came down with it. 37-yard touchdown reception. Schaefer was being pressured from the backside, just had to let it go, threw it up, and Graves went and got it. 2:01 to play. The Colts will go for 2 here. It would make it a 7-point game. They've got their timeouts, and they got to get this 2-point conversion, though. Biggest play of the game to this point. Schaefer is going to keep it himself. He's got it. 2-point run is in. And with 2:01 to play, the new score, Grimsley 30, Woodland 23. You got to believe an onside kick of some sort is about to come up.
That was me on the scoreboard. I screwed that up.
Alex Nava, as we mentioned earlier, was hobbling around. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to be on this kickoff, Blair. Caden Kilpatrick handled the kickoff the last time for the Colts.
2:01, they've got,
I believe they've got all 3 of their timeouts left.
all 3 timeouts, so even if you don't get the onside kick,
Potentially get the ball back with about a minute and a half. Of course, they got to make some stops.
true.
Grimsley's been so good in the run game tonight.
Which which makes it perplexing why they got away from it at the end of that last possession. I'm glad they did. Well,
It's made it interesting.
that is
I
for
said with
sure.
2:20, if they could score within the next minute, they did it in 19 seconds.
Well, they're going to stack the line, so it's almost tempting to a little short squibber and then just go get it.
Kilpatrick going to kick it. It's an
It's not
onside
gonna
kick, and
go
it's not going to go. It's not going to go far enough,
No.
and it'll go out of bounds. And so Grimsley will take over with 1:57 to play.
Well, still enough time. You got to get those
So
stops.
it's so hard on an onside kick because you don't want to kick it too far, but you have to kick it a certain distance. It's one of the hardest plays in football.
Oh yeah, and there's just so many variables to it. The way the ball bounces. I mean, just
So Woodland's got its timeouts. Anything but a 3 and out here will probably end this game. Look, this has been maybe the longest game they played this year. Guys have been out on the field for a long time. Of course, it's a humid night. It might be October, but
it's still warm.
it's 87 degrees today in Fayetteville.
All right, let's get a stop here.
Got to believe you're going to get a run here by Charlie Miller. Miller takes it across the 40, and Schaefer is going to hold him up at the 35-yard line. So that's a gain of 6 on first down, and Woodland will take its timeout with 1:51 to play.
Well, they came up with a big goal line stand.
Laying the Schaefer on tackle.
Need to do that now.
Yeah, the Woodland defense has played pretty well tonight. We haven't seen Fulbright this year. We know they've got a good team. We know Central has a pretty good team. They came in here and played these 8th graders to a really close game a few weeks ago. I just can't imagine there's too many more teams in this conference that are any better than the two we've seen tonight, though, Grimsley and Woodland.
It's got to be the cream of the crop.
And Woodland, of course, playing this game down several notable players.
Trailing pretty much. We haven't had the lead.
Haven't seen Reed Slankard back in since halftime. He's been on the sideline. Of course, really good defensive player for Woodland. Dawson Birmingham out tonight. We haven't seen Patterson playing. Here's Miller on second down. He's got the first down across the 30 to the 25, and that'll probably do it for Grimsley. A first down run for the Grizzlies. Woodland will take a timeout with 1:44 to play, but I don't know if they've got enough now, Blair, to keep Grimsley from running out the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be a big ask defensively to do that here. Hey, Freedom 5-1 is transforming the financial destinies of families with financial life coaching. Chris and Tim encourage you to visit their website, freedom51.com. Visit their page on Facebook, Freedom 5-1. And if you're worried about the other guys fumbling at the closing table, you can always count on Dana Boring with Freedom Bank Mortgage to successfully get you in the end zone with competitive rates and fees. Freedom Bank Mortgage is sure to always be your first pick, and with Dana's experience, it's sure to be a touchdown. NMLS 419-3840 Equal Housing Lender. She is much better at that than I am. Thank you.
Hey, we hope you'll be with us tomorrow night on FHSBulldogs.com, the Fayetteville Public Schools YouTube page. Fayetteville High School
Conference opener.
Yeah, conference opener. Fayetteville will take on Fort Smith Southside tomorrow night here at Harmon Field. Still looking for their first win, the Purple Dogs are, after that heartbreaking loss to Northside last week. Here's Charlie Miller on first down, gets across the 20 and to the 19-yard line, and Woodland will take its third and final timeout with 1:37 to play.
Landon Schaefer, Tyree Terry, and Isaac Smith made the tackle.
It's just kind of hard to believe the first conference game of the year
Timeout, Woodland.
in October.
Somebody's going to get their first win of the year tomorrow night between Fayetteville and Southside.
That's right.
It's been
I thought about that.
Been a tough few years for Southside. That is really one of the storylines that I think is overlooked in Arkansas High School a lot is what has happened at Fort Smith Southside. For so many years, they were one of the premier programs in the state of Arkansas, and for the last 5 or 6, it's just been incredible. Not just that they've been losing, but how they've been losing and how many games they've been losing every year. This is a program that Kim Dameron's in there now in his first season as their head coach. But it's been a lot of 1-9, 2-8 type seasons at Southside, and it's just been really, really surprising.
Yes. Oh. The coach goes to Pea Ridge.
Yeah. Pea Ridge is growing pretty quick.
Yeah, but it's
there was some foresight there. Miller on second down gets across the 15, and he's got another first down to the 11-yard line. And now we'll see what Grimsley does. They can take a knee if they want to and run the clock out. Pea Ridge is 5A, but there's some thought that they'll be 6A before too long and competing with the big boys.
Yeah, but it's more you Southside. There was really nowhere to go. You know,
Yeah.
if you were going to go in state.
Yeah, the thing that was always masked at Southside was that they're one of the smallest schools in the 7A. Nobody really ever noticed that because they would win like they did. Well, Woodland's going to drop its first game of the year tonight. After a 5-0 start, the Colts are going to drop to 5-1. And valiant effort, I think, Blair, by these Woodland players to stay in the game when it felt like a few times Grimsley could run away with it.
Yeah,
Think about some plays. You know, they forced a couple of turnovers inside the red zone.
Definitely was.
They stopped Grimsley on all of their two-point conversion tries, too. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it seemed like just a lot of adversity right for the Colts. Things just never really quite clicked on offense, but
Made enough plays to stay close, but they couldn't pull it off in the end. The final score tonight from Harmon Field is going to be Grimsley 30, Woodland 23. And so Woodland will go to 1-1 against teams in the Bentonville School District. Beat Washington last week, and now they got another tough one next week when they go back to Bentonville to take on Fulbright.
Woodland Colts 23. I'd like to thank all our visitors from Centerton for coming down tonight.
This is going to be the
Hope
first
everyone here has a safe
handshake
trip
we've
home.
seen
Remember, the
all year.
Bulldogs will be in town tomorrow night taking on Fort Smith Southside. Until then,
little things like that we kind of always take it for granted.
Yep. All right. We hope you join us tomorrow night. Fayetteville High School and Fort Smith Southside High School, 7 o'clock kickoff here at Harmon Field. We'll be back with another Woodland broadcast next Thursday from Bentonville when the Colts take on Fulbright. Hope you have a great night, everyone. For Blair Cartwright, I'm Matt Jones.